What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where we have the final matchup of the night. We're heading back to the Titan League. We get to watch the number 2 seed Phoenix take on the number 7 seed Spartans. It is going to be a absolutely amazing series. We saw Spartans take down the Pinnacle in their play-in match to be able to secure the 7 seed, and I'm super excited Phoenix come in as the number 2 seed, but I am joined today by Speed. Speed, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Would have loved to see that previous match go a little bit of different direction. Boys played their hearts out, though. It was definitely a close match, but I think we're going to have even more of a close match in this one. I know it's the 2 versus 7 seed. We just saw that there. But this Spartans team, they are, um, you know, very very good. They are coming in very, very hot. They just took down a Pinnacle team, which has Kratos in a sweep fashion. So, they're looking pretty good. And you really can't count them out, right? I mean, it's Marv, it's Aciduk. Look what they did last season.
Yeah, they led the Spartans to a chip. They were able to help lead the Spartans team. Marv showed up when it came playoff time. He had a little bit lackluster stats during the regular season, but he was the playoff MVP. He showed out for good reason, and with how close I think these two teams are, it could go either way. I think that the Grandmasters scrimmed the Spartans earlier this week, and the Spartans they were playing really well. I think that it kind of took us off guard. I think that Phoenix are going to have the same trouble in playing as we kick off game number 1 with Phoenix in the red, Spartans in the yellow. Marv looking to kick things off as well, looking for a shot. Double commit comes out, but the save is able to come through. Dimitri gets the skim, getting the ball cleared out back into the Spartans' half. Another long clear. Marv, awkward as last back on the backboard, has to play it perfectly to Aciduk. Aciduk, a couple good 50s. Dimitri, though, tries to get it through, muscle that one all the way through. Marv getting a touch, but it's going to be blocked away by Neztic. Dimitri getting beat out in the midfield. Sheff's last back bump coming through, but the save is even better. The pinch going back out. This ball in the midfield. Demo comes through. Open net for Sheff, but a double commit bump, but it doesn't matter because Neztic is going to get hit into the shot, and Phoenix are going to open up this goal scoring in game number 1.
Yeah, and I really don't know if that was planned. He didn't have a lot of blues. He couldn't get out of the way. So I think his best option there was he squared himself up to the ball and said, hit me. Because that was beautifully executed there. A little unorthodox, but, great way to start off if you're this Phoenix squad. And, I know we didn't talk a lot about them, before we got into this as we were running a little behind and wanted to get straight into it. But, this Phoenix team, they're the 2 seed for a reason. I mean, Dimitri, Sheff, Neztic. I'm not as familiar with Neztic, but I know Dimitri, I know Sheff. They've been in the league for quite some time, and, they've had great success as well within Nemesis.
Yeah, Phoenix put a lot of cap into this team. They traded away 2 first-round picks, a player, and a second-round pick to acquire these 3 players specifically. They were an expansion draft team coming out in this season, and they still look to be absolutely dominant as Marv, though, looking for a shot on target, is going to get that one saved away. And Phoenix, they have been the 2 seed, but they honestly, if this team was the roster from the beginning, they could have been the 1 seed. They started this season 3-1, then they were able to trade for Sheff and Dimitri, and then they went on a massive win streak. But holy cow, as Spartans, an absolute peak shot from, I believe that's NK there, and a crazy double tap. That one gonna find the back of the net, tying that one up. Spartans tie at 1-1.
Yeah, and NK, a lot of people, Spartans kind of had an okay start to their season. They actually started, I believe it was with Phoenix sub, right? KX was originally on their roster for the first half of the season. And I believe they made a change right towards the end of, trade deadline or drop deadline. And they ended up picking up NK. And NK and them really found their groove. And they're coming into this now, on a very good hot streak and looking very good. So this is definitely an exciting matchup. Just know a lot of people just kind of have assumed that NK's been on their roster all season, and he definitely hasn't. Been a big, huge change for them.
Yeah, and I mean, he might look to help the scoring a little bit more. There's a couple more shots coming through from Aciduk. Save there from Sheff, though. Dimitri looking for an air dribble, gets the touch pass one. Marv, though, double commit comes out, but the save comes through. Marv is able to get that touch on that ball. Anyways, Marv getting the clear, following that one up. Gets the third dunk as well, but it's still Phoenix in the midfield. Phoenix, Sheff off the backboard, pre-jumping Dimitri off the backboard once again. Nemesis there for the follow-up, and that one gonna find its way into the back of the net. 1-2-3 play there from Phoenix, and you gotta love the faith that Dimitri has in Sheff to already be up, reading that touch, getting the beat on the triple commit of Spartans, and Phoenix takes the lead once again.
Yeah, that's just a great team play. Great soft touch there by Sheff. And, great play there by Dimitri to follow it up. And Nestic with the follow after all three of them were fighting there off the backboard. So great, all-around heads-up team play. This is what I love about these Titan matchups is you get a lot of great solo plays, but you also get these really fantastic team plays.
Yeah, and that one was one for the books. I do want to point out, though, that the Spartans did have a big triple commit and all got beat out to the ball, so it doesn't look like the Spartans that were there in the plains are here to play today, as their defense has got to clean up a little bit more. We saw basically Pinnacle get shut out for every single game of the series, and obviously Spartans already able to usurp the amount of goals Pinnacle had in the entire series. So Phoenix already starting off strong, and I think that's the different quality of offense. As Aciduk looking to get some more offense going, drops that one on target, but a save coming out. Marv follow-up, not going to be on target, and a beautiful save there from Dimitri, keeping Phoenix ahead, and it might turn into a counterattack. Nestic looking for the dunk, gets it past Marv, but the demo comes through Marv. Air dribble 50 out to the midfield. NK looking for a solo play, gets it over one. Looking for the beat on Sheff, tries to go for the reset, but is going to get stuffed. Aciduk looking to play this one off the sidewall. Bump on that last man of Dimitri, but it doesn't matter. He's still on that ball. Dimitri looking for the fob, just going to buy his time, get the beat out past NK. Aciduk taking his time, gets it under one. Nestic is there, though, in the midfield. Marv gonna elect to try to just wait it out, let Aciduk go for him, taking the air dribble off his own half, gets the reset, looking for the follow-up, looking for the dunk, but not gonna find it. Dimitri once again able to get the save and put it over safe into the corner. Sheff popped out to the midfield when Marv was able to get there, but Dimitri right back on that back wall, able to play brilliant defense. Aciduk trying to get this one out, but Nestic just clearing it away, just putting it to the corner. A bump attempt coming out, a beat on NK, though. Dimitri looks for the shot, save coming through from Marv. Aciduk is there trying to get the turn to NK, but that one is going to hit the ground. Phoenix are going to take game number one, and I mean, even though it was a 2-1 game, this game was so back and forth. It was so close. You saw 8 shots to 7 shots from both these teams, and really, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, it really could have. Obviously, Spartans did lead in that shooting category, but the defense coming out from Phoenix in some clutch spots. We saw Dimitri playing the backboard, honestly, beautifully in this series, and, really shut down a lot of those scoring attacks. Another thing I noticed is Spartans had a lot of pressure in that series too, even though the shots were kind of similar to each other, but they seemed to have a lot of more offensive pressure, but they weren't able to capitalize because I feel like, yes, they had the pressure, but they didn't have the boost to necessarily sustain that pressure as well as they would have liked. So if they can, gain a little bit more in that boost management department and really suffocate this Phoenix team, I definitely could see that, helping them in their favor.
Yeah, and we almost saw an early goal coming out from the Spartans as they had kind of boot-starved all the members of the Phoenix squad, like you had said, and a bump attempt coming through, air dribble bump, but Dimitri once again still back on defense. The bop to the backboard, but Sheff is already there, long boom and clear, but Marv is able to pick that one up, popping that one off the sidewall. Not going to be able to follow up his own touch, though. Aciduk going to be there first, getting the beat on Dimitri. Long clear comes away once again from Sheff with absolutely zero boost. Marv trying to take this one up. Sheff floating, waiting for the challenge. 50 comes through. Nestic trying to keep possession as well. NK's already there for the follow-up, and Sheff gets the corner boost, looking for an air dribble, looking for the 50, trying to get it to Dimitri, but the 50 there gonna not go in that way. But an overcommit is that third man. Nestic tries to get through in between both those players, but not able to put that one on target. Dimitri looking to kind of just take the possession, but gets demoed for his efforts. Nezdik trying to get a pop around Aciduk, but Aciduk catches the ball, looking for a beat, trying to get it past Sheff, gets the beat on one, but Dimitri is there once again with the defense. NK, not a great touch. Gonna actually get the second touch, though, to Aciduk. Aciduk, a great cut in the midfield. NK looking for a pass to Marv. Marv with a shot. Not gonna be a very good one, though, as that one easy save for Dimitri, and Marv is demoed in the corner for his efforts. Dimitri looking to take this one out. Throwing the ball away, though. Marv just kind of takes the ball a little bit awkward on the back wall. Sheff already up. A good beat from Marv there in the corner, but Dimitri's there for the follow-up. Aciduk not going to be able to get the read off the backboard, though. Dimitri's going to be able to be there for the read, and Dimitri puts that one home. A big mistake there from Aciduk on that misread in the corner, and Phoenix take another one-goal lead here in game number 2.
Yeah, and I think that all started with, a little miscommunication in the corner by the Spartans. Aciduk was trying to stay in the ball, trying to take his time, and he had another teammate on the back ball with him initially, and they wanted to go, but they didn't want to go, and it just put him in that awkward situation where Phoenix ended up getting the beat, a great touch off of Marv's, clear attempt, and Phoenix is going to capitalize on that, and that's what you don't want to happen. You can't really, make these little mistakes as Phoenix. They're gonna capitalize on it every time.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna see if Spartans can capitalize on the couple of demos coming out from NK. But man, the Spartans roster has tried to put a lot of pressure on this defense, but Phoenix have held strong. They've played phenomenally. I think that's been mostly Dimitri there for the follow-up. Good forces have come out from Sheff and Nezdik, but Marv looking to kind of change the narrative as he's looking for an air dribble. Tried to get past Dimitri, is going to do so, but gets kind of bumped off the ball. Sheff, free air dribble play here, looking for the reset. Looks for the musty, gets it over one, but a little bit too far. Marv is going to be there. Marv looking for the double off the backboard, gets 50 out of the way, though. Aciduk trying to get a pass out to NK, but it's going to go right to the opposing team. Almost a team pinch there from Dimitri and Sheff, but that is saved away. Marv gets back in time, and Phoenix having to elect to reset their play. Dimitri off the backboard. Demo comes through. Sheff shot on target, but Aciduk able to make the save. Sheff trying to get a follow-up here. Going to have to play the 50 with low boost. And Spartans are able to hold on and get the clear out. Even though they're low boost, Nezdik keeping the ball in. Trying to get the pass beat on Aciduk, but the clear is still coming through from NK. Dimitri, not a great 50. NK keeps possession, tries to get a dunk. It does so, but Aciduk already turns off the ball there. Dimitri trying to clear this one away, but man, it seems like Spartans had the ability, they had the thought process, but they just were not able to execute.
Yeah, that was such a clean attempt, but the shot coming out right at a boostless Aciduk in net, and you really hate to see that. However, it doesn't hurt them. They still are in the lead, so they just got to hold it. There's 1 minute left. They have shut down any pressure, really, that the Spartans team has had coming from game 1, so they definitely are leading in that department as well as we head into the final 45 seconds here in game number 2, and another shot's going to come out from NK, but that one's going to be saved away too.
Yeah, I mean, NK beautiful shot, but it's a great save there from Nezdik, and he's going to be able to keep Phoenix ahead 1-0. Dimitri looking to clear this one out, just trying to get the ball out of their half, but it's cut off in the midfield, but Dimitri cuts that one off as well. Double commit comes out from the Spartans. Aciduk has to collect this ball, gets the corner boost as well, though, so he's going to have a good play, gets a 50-1. Marv looking for that bump on Dimitri, but he's not going to be able to find it. NK is low boost. A double commit comes out once again, something that we did not see at all, really, when they faced Pinnacle. Is they seemed to double commit a lot on the defense, and a great clear there from Sheff, just trying to keep it out once again. Marv looking for the 50. Dimitri's going to stuff him, and Phoenix going to take another 1-goal game, but are going to take the lead in the series 2-0.
Yeah, and, this was coming off of the back of Dimitri. He puts in that lone goal for his team here, and that's all it takes sometimes is one goal. Their defense has just been phenomenal. It's really, honestly, the big difference here is their defense has just looked really, really good, and we do see the early timeout coming from the Spartans here. They are going to talk things over. There's been 2 close games. A lot of people don't like to take it when they've been such close games, but you're still down 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, and You know, Spartans are just trying to figure out how to break this Phoenix roster's defense down. You see Dimitri just absolutely stonewalling everything in his path. Nothing has been able to get past him. And I mean, the Spartans had one goal in game number 1. They were shut out in game number 2. Both high defensive affairs. I mean, we only saw 2-1 in game 1 and 1-0 in game 2. So both defenses playing really well. But it seems like Phoenix has just been a little bit better, which is something I'm surprised to say because Spartans, their defense in the play-ins was so good. And for them to have to deal with as much pressure as they're doing and having as much pressure on Phoenix as they have, for them not to be able to score is very surprising.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Marv, Aciduk, they're, in my opinion, two easily of the top 10 best players. You could easily slot them into the top 5 in Titan alone.
Right behind Ventus. Sorry.
Yeah, right behind Ventus. But with that being said, the fact that they've put up 1 goal in 2 games is very, very surprising to me. They're looking very good. Looks like they don't even want the full time out here. They're ready to join up and go. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, they're looking to start literally. They didn't want the full minute. They got things over, and now they're ready to go here, Ventus.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they have the confidence. I guess they talked about what they wanted to talk about. They also had a bit of time in between the end of game number 1 and the transition to game number 2 or game number 3. Sorry. So they've had a little bit of extra time as well, just waiting in the post game lobby to kind of talk about what they need to change up. I feel like Phoenix has really shut down Marv specifically. We haven't seen much coming out from him, and Dimitri's literally just pre-jumping the sidewall, waiting for his touch to come out. And Marv trying to get something he started once again, but a 50 coming out from Dimitri in the midfield, absolutely shutting down any chance of offense. As Sheff looking for an air dribble, gets it over to Marv, last man back. Nemesis tries to get a bump, but that is going to be his save into the corner. Marv gets the boost as well, trying to get a beat on Dimitri, but not going to be able to do so. Gets the bump off of him, though. Still has possession. Gets it past Nemesis, looking for the open net. A bump comes through, and Spartans finally able to break the stalemate, get their first lead of the series. And, I mean, a great solo play there from Marv, a good bump there by Aciduk.
Yeah, and that's a overall great play. And to be honest, I don't think the bump was even necessary. That ball was going pretty fast. That would have been a very tough save from Sheff to come out there and save that one. But, just to shore things up, the demo does come through. They are able to secure this one, but the post is the name of the game in this one as of right now, as Phoenix has a great opportunity to try to rebound and get one back, and the post says no.
Yeah, Spartans have lucked out a little bit with the help of the post. They were able to stop Phoenix from being able to tie this one up, but it seems like it's only going to be a matter of time. Phoenix on the offensive side of the ball have been so dangerous, forcing out so many double and triple commits from the Spartans, and Sheff trying to catch them off guard. A little bit of a pop shot from his own half. Nemesis trying to take possession. A bump on NK turns into a team bump on Phoenix. Dimitri last man back. Marv up, but it's going to be 50 away. Aciduk going to be first to this one. Pops it in the midfield, but Dimitri is there. Double commit comes out for Phoenix, though. Sheff gets a scam. That shot on target, but a great save from NK. Aciduk gets the follow-up. Marv taking this one up, trying to get the beat on Dimitri, but Dimitri is having none of it, shutting Marv down at every step of the way. NK trying to get the ceiling pinched, but Nemesis pops that one into the Spartans' half, and Marv just being shut down at every turn from Dimitri, as it looks like. Sheff trying to elect to just take some time, letting Nemesis go for him. NK trying to get the pop in the midfield. Marv is there, though. Shot, though, saved from Sheff in the... I mean, you would have hoped that Marv could shoot that one a little bit better, as it went right into Sheff's car. He didn't have to do anything about it. And Aciduk might be the one to shoot this time, as NK is going to be there for the follow-up, putting it bottom left, right around Sheff this time. And Spartans 2-0 lead. Offense starting to come out strong.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play there by Aciduk, and beautiful read by NK to realize he needs to go and beat that defender who was waiting for that dribble to come through. You beat him just enough. You pick up your second goal here. You're up 2-0 now in this pivotal game number 3, as Aciduk now trying to get a little Mickey on us with the ceiling read, but no, that one's going to be sent away, as Spartans are looking very comfortable. Whatever they talked about is working for them, Ventus, as they have come out here and they've put on a beautiful game number 3.
Honestly, I think it's been a lot to do with how NK has stepped up greatly. He's been able to get a lot more beats in the midfield, taking out players. And, you know, obviously it seems like Dimitri has just kind of been on shutdown Marv duty. He's just been kind of up every single time Marv is. And that's a double tap for Aciduk, but the shot not going to be on target. But every time we see Marv on the ball, we see Dimitri basically instant challenge him. And it kind of just trying to shut Marv down. That's been the name of the game. So NK stepping up and Aciduk stepping up has been huge for the Spartans roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball, not having to fully rely on Marv. But Sheff trying to put this one on the back, gets the reset off the crossbar though, tries to get the boost, is not going to be able to do so. The clear comes through, Marv sends that one all the way back to the Phoenix half, is going to be first this one, looking for the pop to NK, pre-jumped, and Phoenix not going to be able to save that one either. Spartans rack up their third goal. And, I mean, they are looking so dominant in game number 3.
What a beautiful play there by Marv. Chasing the ball, low boost in the corner, knowing he has the time to not, panic, not rush, and then to be able to perform and get that beautiful dime of a pass. And NK just there as another beautiful save comes out by NK as he dives, as his back man does get demoed. So that was a huge, huge cutoff there by NK.
Such great defense coming out. And, I mean, NK, really big step up, a crazy pre-jump if I'm going to be honest. The faith that he had in Marv to get the pass has been absolutely phenomenal for this team. It reminded me of Phoenix in game number 1 where Sheff put it off the back wall for Dimitri's pre-jump to beat out all 3 defenders. And I mean, that's what you want to see. You love the confidence. You love the belief and trust in your teammates. As Aciduk pre-jumping Dimitri tries to get that one on target. Sheff, last man back, not going to be able to get the read. Neither is Aciduk, though, as that one's going to go back into the Phoenix corner. NK, a little bit of a backflip. Nemesis trying to pop a shot on net. Not going to be enough. Nemesis leaving that one for Sheff. Sheff looking for a pass to Dimitri. Going to get the bump on Marv, but that's last man back there as NK clears this one away. Nemesis having to be first to this one. Gets faked out. Marv looking for a shot. That one off target. Dimitri just gonna have to collect this one back into the corner. Sheff looking to pop this one up, looking for the double, not gonna be able to get it, but is gonna be able to get the follow to Dimitri. It's shot on off the crossbar. I thought that one was on target and I was gonna get really excited as the clock dwindling down here. Marv just playing it away. This game is as good in the bag for the Spartans. A much needed victory after using that timeout, and this is definitely a statement game for the Spartans.
Yeah, big statement game coming up from the Spartans. And timeout coming in clutch. You get that first win. Now you cut the series deficit down to 2-1. And instead of being down on the whole 3-0 and having to reverse sweep, which is extremely hard in a best-of-7 format. And, I mean, just the man of the hour in this game for the Spartans, obviously, NK. He's sitting at the top of the leaderboard. 2 huge goals, that pre-jump off of the pass from Marv. 3 big saves. He's really putting in the work. He's really stepping up. He's got to be able to, because we've seen it, right? Marv has the ball, Dimitri is on him. So for him to be able to take off some of that pressure and be like, all right, now we got to worry about NK2. Obviously, they're worried about Aciduk, but now you have to worry about all 3 players. And it's going to be able to open more things up for Marv to be able to make those solo plays and to make those passing plays.
Yeah, and obviously, I think the biggest name of the game in Titan League is how will your third man perform. With how strained caps are, you can have 2 2Ks and a bare minimum salve like 1750. So it's really relying on that 1750 player or like that sub 1800 player to step up big time and kind of play up to the caliber of these other players. And you can't really stand alone and kind of be the sole reason. You want to be able to hang in that kind of lobby and be a contributing member. Is a little bit of a team bump there from Phoenix coming out, and I'm looking for Nemesis to step up. I know that he is a very solid player and has that high ceiling that he can, and he looks like ask and shall be delivered. Marv not going to be able to get the read. Nemesis just plays the miss, and that one's going to find to the back of the net. Nemesis letting us know that he's still here, already outscoring his points from last game, putting Phoenix on the board, giving them a 1-goal lead in game number 4.
Yeah, and, Ventus, normally you're known for caster curses, but, you just spoke that into existence. So maybe you're on a little bit of a opposite streak here. But, yeah, same thing. Like you said, story of the third man here in Titan League. Because obviously they're the best of the best. They're in Titan League for a reason. So it's just like, how well can your third man adapt and play with your top style players. And we've seen it last game with NK, and now we're seeing it early in this game with Phoenix. And, you know, Neztec being able to really step up and be huge for their teammates.
But Spartans might not be fully content with that as they're looking to get some offense out of their own. NK putting it around Dimitri, but the clear comes through, and who else but Neztec stepping up once again. A great save there. Sheff looking for the double tap, but gonna be shut down by NK this time. Dimitri pop past one, looking for the pinch, but not gonna be able to find the touch he was looking for. Another 50 though allows this one to stay in the Spartans corner, nice and safe. Sheff banging this one onto the backboard. NK's not gonna be able to get a touch. Free possession play for Dimitri. Dimitri with the Arsenal reset, trying to get the 50 through Marv, but that one not going to happen. Aciduk tries to get the clear, going to get beat around by Neztec. Sheff trying to get a touch, getting a dunk. This one is dangerous. Marv has to get this touch. Last man back, no boost, and that's going to find its way in the back of the net. Bar down. Sheff catches out the rotation of Spartans on a crazy dunk there on NK.
That dunk was insane. You know, Sheff took it a little bit off the gas pedal, realizing that if he gets the dunk, it'll be a little better than a straight up 50. And that dunk was just a massive boomer. And Marv pushed up just a little too far, didn't quite have enough boost in the tank to be able to get up for that one. He tried his best, but still sends it off the crossbar down and in as a shot comes out by Neztec, and that one's going to be saved away now by Aciduk as a great scoring opportunity there, but unable to get that one to fall through as this Spartans team is, again, lacking a little bit here now on the offensive side of things. Phoenix starting to figure out how they want to play, and they're starting to shut it back down.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing for me is to see Dimitri and Marv at the bottom of the leaderboard. Both of them have 700 points in, but as I say that, Dimitri gets an assist right down to Sheff. A good dunk on Aciduk is reading that ball perfectly. Sheff, so much trust in his team there, basically pre-jumping it. I mean, he's going to get there first, put that one in the back of the net. Phoenix going to take a 3-0 lead, and I mean, I think it's just funny to see Dimitri and Marv be the lowest two on the scoreboard, basically taking each other out of the game. But I mean, now I get the caster curses come back. Dimitri able to absolutely stuff that last defender in Marv this time, and put that one in the net, giving Phoenix a 4-0 lead, and a massive fall from Grace. Spartans, after using their timeout, now find themselves down 4-0 in game number 4.
Yeah, and this is, you know, there's still plenty of time. There's 2.5 minutes, but they're going to want to find one earlier rather than later. They want to slowly climb back on this one as Marv trying to make something happen, bring that one into the corner and getting a demo, but this Spartans team is just on fire. They said that game number 3 was a fluke. We've had your number game 1, game 2. Yeah, you had your timeout. You got that timeout buff, but, you know, that's all that was just a timeout buff. And they've looked really good, but scoring opportunity coming out here from Aciduk. No, he's unable to get a 50 on a boostless Sheff.
Yeah, Phoenix have just looked like they've stepped up once again. And, I mean, all 3 of these players playing so well, forcing the Spartans into tough spots, completely shutting down their offensive drives. As Marv looking for a little bit of a quad tap there off the pancake on the backboard. And Aciduk trying to get another pass out to the midfield. This has always been dangerous, but shut down by Sheff once again. Neztec getting the 50 through one. Aciduk off the sidewall. Marv not going to be there, electing to wait and letting NK cut instead. But a great pass from Neztec, but a 1v1 opportunity. This one might be dangerous, but Sheff is going to be able to get back. Maybe Marv shot a little bit too early, not baiting in Sheff enough to dive commit on that ball. Sheff, though, going to have an air dribble, getting a reset, pre-jumped by Dimitri, but it's going to be saved away by Marv. It doesn't connect there, and Marv looking for the coast-to-coast, getting the beat on 1, getting the beat on 2, but is bumped there by Dimitri. Double commit comes out. NK having to keep possession, gets the reset, but all 3 players commit. Marv, last man back, trying to get the beat, is going to be able to do so. Sheff not going to be able to get the touch, but Dimitri is back still. Dimitri is going to get the corner boost as well. And Neztec, NK, both of them having to commit on this ball. And what a great shot there by Sheff, as I thought that one potentially might go in. Dimitri just trying to hold possession, trying to get another 50, is going to do so. Stays on the ball, looking for another beat, but is shut down by NK. But it stays in the Spartans' corner, in the Spartans' half. A beat by Sheff. The double not going to come through, though, as it was a beat on Aciduk there. Dimitri once again threatening, getting the reset, gets the flip I don't know if he got the flip or not, but it looked like he did. But Sheff just electing to play it back, wasting more time. They've had pressure all game, and with the clock dwindling down, it seems like Phoenix are going to secure their spot now. On match point, they have the 4-0 lead, and they are one game away from continuing on to the semifinals.
And this game number 4, after Spartans taking that game number 3, a huge punch in the mouth to the Spartans. And if you're the Spartans, you got to figure it out, and you got to figure it out quick. I think, the big thing here is we saw a huge game 3 come out of NK. NK had, a good save early on in this one, but other than that, he was very, very quiet. So again, we're going to need to see NK step it up just a little bit more for the Spartans team to relieve that pressure off of Marv and Aciduk so they can get a little more things going.
Yeah, I think that hopefully NK will be able to shout out again. I'm also looking at Aciduk. I think Aciduk has had a quiet game. I know that Marv has basically been getting pre-jumped by Dimitri and being taken out of the play. So then you have to look for your next guy up. That I think that's Aciduk. I'm looking at him to be that kind of guy who can make those solo plays, get crucial beats when you need, and it hasn't seemed to really work out for this Spartans team yet. I'm hoping that the Spartans will find another gear. We saw a lot of passing plays come from Aciduk, and he was able to kickstart the offense where Marvin and NK were able to follow up and get the passes and stuff as well. So I think it's really going to be, it's going to be both NK and Aciduk, but the Spartans got to step it up. They got to do it now because it's do or die for them. Phoenix, match point. We get game number 5 away. And Dimitri looking to take possession. NK's already up. Marv gets a demo on the last man back. Sheff has to cut, and Nemesis follows that one up off the spawn. Sheff looking for the double, does so, but gets beat by Marv. Aciduk trying to take his time, a double commit coming out. Dimitri tries to get a cut in the midfield. Nemesis, a big, massive dunk, though, forcing it all the way back to the Spartans half, forcing them to reset, allowing Phoenix to get some more boost, and Dimitri gets a touch, but is going to get blocked by Marv. This one staying in the Spartans half. A little bit of miscommunication, specifically between Aciduk and NK, have really slowed down the Spartans team, and a triple commit coming out. Marv gets the beat, though. That's last man back. Dimitri is going to be able to get the cut, though, and Nemesis there for the follow-up, even though it looked like it was going to be dangerous for Phoenix and the potential counterattack. Dimitri was there. Nemesis was there for the follow-up, getting the beats, and Phoenix take another lead. Aciduk and NK double commit once again. I feel like that's been the tale of this game.
Yeah, it really has. It was on the initial save, it was a triple commit, leaving all 3 of them with no boost to be able to get back to that ball. And the way this Spartans team, the way this Phoenix team has been playing, they've been pre-jumping a crazy, I'd say 40% of pass attempts. They're just, the chemistry between them has been unreal. Their comms must be insane because, like I said, they're pre-jumping a lot of passes. They're pre-jumping a lot of their defensive plays as well. They're just not letting anything happen for the Spartans team, and they're trying to be very unpredictable, and it's working in their favor.
Yeah, and Phoenix are looking poised to take the game, and as a miss there coming out from NK on the open net has to be a scoreable opportunity to put them back in it, but Phoenix still going to hold the lead in an absolutely devastating miss there, as now the ball is back in the Spartans half. Sheff getting the drop down to the midfield. Dimitri's shot going to be saved, though, as Aciduk has to get the follow-up, but once again, they're starved for boost. Sheff getting the beat. Dimitri's pre-jumped off the corner. Dimitri then going for the bump as well. Sheff taking his time, trying to keep possession, beats out Aciduk, tries to get the corner boost, but NK is going to be able to do so, allowing Marv to get an air dribble out of their half. Spartans looking for a pass in the midfield, but cut off by Sheff once again. It seems like Phoenix are just having a field day. They're so confident, they're just pre-jumping each other all over the place. Dimitri going to be first to this ball, looking for the reset, isn't going to be able to get it. Double commit comes out from Phoenix. Aciduk pass to the midfield, Marv's there, Sheff's awkward shot in, bang! Spartans able to tie this one up, and how fitting that it's Aciduk kickstarting the offense once again, making an awkward touch there for Sheff. Marv is able to get the beat, and Spartans are able to tie it here in game number 5.
Yeah, we've seen it here. Aciduk, great 50, great follow-up, great pass, and to Marv. Marv's not going to miss those shots very often. We've seen him try to throw a lot of shots on in this series just because he knows they're not getting a lot of offensive pressure, but he's not getting the greatest shots. They really got to try to find him in better open opportunities just like that. And Marv, the better opportunity that he has, the more likely he's going to score. He just finds the back of the net, it seems.
Yeah, and you just gotta hope that he will be able to step up. I know he's been getting shut down by Dimitri and Sheff, pretty much pre-jumping him as Nemesis looking for a shot. That touch not gonna be saved by Aciduk off the crossbar. Sheff's there for the follow-up. A 2-goal lead, or 2 goals now for Phoenix. A 1-goal lead once again. And super unfortunate. I believe that Aciduk would have had that had it been bar down or straight in the net. But Phoenix gonna capitalize, get another goal for their efforts, and I mean it's dangerous now for the Spartans. If they can't score soon, I don't want to say Phoenix are gonna be able to take this one home, but it's looking like that.
Yeah, it really is. There's a misplay coming out from Nemesis, going a little slow there, but it doesn't hurt them in the end of things. But yeah, exactly. This Phoenix team, they're playing way too hot. They're playing way too confident right now. The Spartans team, they need to get a goal as sooner than later, because at this point, all Phoenix is going to have to do is just park the bus, and that's going to be insanely hard to score. As that beautiful doink comes out, Nemesis doesn't have the boost. Can he get that touch? No, as this one could be a decent counter opportunity. But again, the pre-jump passing plays coming out from this Phoenix team is going to be insanely hard to stop.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, oh my gosh, what a double tap there from Nemesis off the ceiling on the beat on NK. And it's crazy to think that even though that pre-jump pass didn't really net anything, that's insane solo play by the third man of Nemesis, stepping up once again for this Phoenix roster. Absolutely insane, putting Phoenix 2 goals ahead now. Nemesis leading the team, having 2 goals and an assist now. I mean, talk about stepping up for this roster. It talked about it being the third man is the king in these teams, and I mean that has been none the wiser. Is whenever the third man's had a pop-off game, they've seemingly been able to win it, and Spartans looking very dire now as they're looking to get something going. But I mean, the Phoenix, they're feeling it. They're kind of on guard, and I mean, even though it looks like they seem to be just like trolling and wasting time, I don't know if Spartans can even handle that.
Oh, it's a beautiful read, almost just comes out by Dimitri. And on the other side of things, to even start that counterattack there, is we saw Marv just whiff at the ball. He's just trying so hard right now to throw shots on, to make something happen for the Spartans team. But that one's going to be saved away on NK's touch. And again, Nemesis being huge, he can't get to that one. Sheff going to send that one off of the backboard. And Ventus, I think that one is going to do it. I think the Phoenix have secured themselves a spot in the semifinals.
Yeah, and man, Phoenix able to just clear the ball away. They go up to, they hold on. The pre-jumps have worked in their favor, and Phoenix will go on to the next round, taking down the number 7 seed. And I expected this series to be a lot closer. I saw in my head I had Phoenix winning in game 6. Spartans couldn't take it to that. They were close in a couple of those games. The first 2 games were 1 goals, but once Phoenix found their groove after that timeout, it was not enough for the Spartans to come back. And I mean, Phoenix, they look, I mean, from the matches that have been played so far out of the Nebula Blizzard series and the Phoenix Spartan series, Phoenix look like the number 1 team right now out of those 2 teams. And obviously Nebula's on the other side of the bracket, so it might not matter too much. They might not see each other. We'll see. But Phoenix look dangerous. They look locked and ready. And I mean, it seems like they were just the better team this time around.
Yeah, they were definitely the better team. They were 10 times more confident as a team with the amount of pre-jump plays that they were trying to put off. But yeah, so Phoenix is moving on to the semifinals. Still don't know who their matchup is, as we will find that out on Wednesday. As part of our Wednesday matches. As of right now, guys, we are set to be back on Wednesday for 7 o'clock. That could change to a 6 o'clock if I don't know if all games have been scheduled yet. Possibly it could be a 6 o'clock matchup, but as of right now, we're set to be back for 7 o'clock on Wednesday with continuation of the first round. We got some great matchups there. But yeah, what a great first night of the playoffs, official playoffs here, as the preseason is just the play-in tournament's just considered postseason, not quite the playoffs yet. So I had a wonderful time tonight, Ventus. There were some crazy matchups. I wish some of these games, like this Spartans one, was a little closer. But all in all, great to be back in the playoffs. Great to be here, and I'm excited for Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a few game sevens. We saw some really close individual games all around. But, I mean, really quickly, before we head out, we just want to thank our premium subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I will list the names here in a quick second. Crotera, Earn, Flame Intruder, Neon's Wiggle, and Titan our Fenrir, Jax, Parker, Sato. And I know that Jax also threw around some gifted subs. Mallow, I think, gifted a sub or two throughout the stream. So big thanks to you guys if you guys are still in there. But yeah, that's going to do it here from us in the booth tonight. We have plenty more amazing matches in store. The playoffs are just getting started, and we will see you guys back here Wednesday at, I think it's 7. I think all of them are scheduled. Well, I mean, but you'll have another great matchup. You'll see me on the pitch Wednesday at 7. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. But until then, we will talk to you guys next time. Peace.